enjoy. Do you want to have a chat? She's too emotional. She's too emotional, bless her. I'll try and speak to you later. Thank you for having a chat with me. Enjoy your pint.
Oh yeah, well, the two, I've got two, so...
Listen, it's a long afternoon, and I think you rightfully should be enjoying it, and I'm sorry I've made you cry. I think that's the beauty of football, isn't it? It's a raw emotion. Sometimes, I remember as a young girl, you kind of felt like it was a lad's thing, and what I love in 2025 is you've got all different types of people, communities, family members, men, women alike, all coming together and really enjoying the celebration. There's a lot more to come. Stay with us here on BBC Radio London. I'll be back straight after Detroit Spinners. are in the thick of it when it comes to the celebrations. Crystal Palace fans surrounding us here as we're based at the Clifton Arms. And that's because the team is set to show off the trophy to fans during the open top bus victory parade. It's going to be starting at the top of White Horse Lane and then ending at Selhurst Park. And I tell you what, it's going to be the best party ever. Let's cross over, shall we, to Andy Rowley. Whereabouts are you, Andy?
I'm inside the stadium. I'm going to have an amazing view of the awards when they come about. Also the trophy that they're going to have here in the stadium. They're going to have special guests as well, from what I'm hearing. I reckon former players, maybe former managers will be here today. There'll be live music. And some of the fans are already getting their spots in here. I can see some kids in the red and blue striped shirts, the scarves, the flags. They're coming in like it's Christmas morning. I mean, they are in celebratory mood. And really, this has been all the making of Oliver Glasner and the Eagles, what they did at Wembley 9 days ago. They've really become the pride of this part of South London. SE25 is going to come to a standstill this bank holiday Monday, and the celebrations are about to begin. That trophy parade on the bus is going to begin any moment now, and on that route that you were just describing. And once it's over, they'll have about 45 minutes just so everyone can safely get into the stadium, and then they will have the awards for the fans that have snapped up these free tickets that were made available so the Palace fans can come and celebrate with their team. It's been quite a long time coming. If you think about Tottenham, they won that Europa League 2 days later on the Friday, still bleary probably from the celebrations that they had after the final in Bilbao. They were celebrating on the streets of North London. The Palace fans have had to be a little more patient. The club thanked Croydon Council for making this possible, but the fans are going to be lining the routes of those roads, those famous roads around this ground at Selhurst Park, which they celebrated the club 100 years of Selhurst Park last year, created by the famous architect Archibald Leach. And then a year after that celebration, they are celebrating the big one, the victory in the FA Cup final against the mighty Manchester City. So this is all going to be absolutely packed in here in around an hour or so's time. But before that, the celebrations are out on the bus route. Back to you, Shay.
Do you know, it's quite something, Andy, being stood here. All I can see at the moment is the backs of thousands of fans, because they're all gearing up, they're waiting, they're eagerly waiting. Some of them stood on their tiptoes to see when the open top bus comes through. Let's cross over now to Harry Lowe. Harry, what can you see where you are, aside, of course, from the sea of red and blue?
Yeah, I've come right to the start of the parade, and I've just seen a double-decker go by, honking very loudly, much to the delight of the fans here. I've seen replica FA Cup signs made out of foil. I can see a happy birthday Daniel Munoz sign over the other side, and there are fans. Well, I think we're maybe 10, 15 deep here. It is getting incredibly busy, incredibly packed, and I'm trying to get to the end of the road just to look up the hill to see if the bus is coming down, but I can't do that at this moment. Are you a Crystal Palace fan? Okay. I've just been asked by a gentleman to move, so I'm going to do that. I'm moving along to the end of the road. There are loads and loads of Crystal Palace supporters here. I'm going to try and grab one or two of them. We're live on BBC Radio London. Would you like to tell us about what it means to you to be part of this parade today?
It would be great if it wasn't so shambolically organised. Thank you, Sadiq Khan.
Okay, that's one gentleman who's a little bit unhappy with just how busy it is. The point at which I've come to here is quite hard to see over the top because we're on a hill. I'm going to try and climb the hill so that I can see a little bit better what the state of play is at the top of the hill. But I can tell you, it's a sea of red and blue here. There are fans in away kits as well, the white strip. You can see the yellow kit, you can see the black kit as well. So I've come out onto the street now. There is some traffic moving through here. The lights have just gone green, and there's an ice cream man doing good trade down the hill. But this seems to be, I think, the start of the parade. So I'm looking up and down the hill. I can't see anybody yet in a double-decker bus, but we're probably expecting it any minute now, aren't we, for the festivities to start. Let me see if I can grab one or two supporters here. Hello there. We're live on BBC Radio London.
Yes.
You're in a fabulous Crystal Palace hat, scarf, yes, and regalia. What's your name, and tell us what it means for you to be here?
Right, my name is Alison Morgan, and my father grew up in Holmesdale Road, and the story alleges that he was called out of a Palace match when I was being born down at Mayday Hospital. So it means everything to I don't live here anymore, I live in Wimbledon now, but it absolutely means everything to everybody. And my grandma's house is the third house down there, so really coming home, and it's absolutely fantastic.
What does it mean for you to see all these crowds like this here?
That something isn't terribly well organised, but no, it's Croydon and the whole of this borough, but particularly South Norwood, has needed a lift for a long time, and it is absolutely fantastic, and long may the lift continue and bring life and people to this.
And you're climbing the hill, are you trying to get a good vantage point?
Yes, I am, but there's always people with children first, so I suspect we'll see very little actually, but there you go. I saw Wimbledon come in with the cup in 1998 in Wimbledon, so it's 2 in my lifetime, so that's absolutely fantastic.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for your time this morning on BBC Radio London. A lot of fans on the move here now, so this attempted road that they've tried to keep up is probably not going to see any more traffic going up it, because fans have basically spilled out onto the road. There aren't any barriers here, so it is a little bit chaotic. I can understand the gentleman's frustration with the organisation at this end of the parade, because it has spilled onto the street. I can see the 468 trying to make its way down the hill and then onwards to South Croydon. There's a woman here in a quite large car honking the fans. You may be able to hear that. It is going to be quite challenging for any bus, I think, to get through here, public or with the trophy on. What appears to be happening is fans are basically moving up the hill, because if you're in the position that I am now, down the hill, it's very hard to see beyond the throngs of crowds, which at this stage are 5-6 deep in places, and up towards where we think the bus is going to come along. So at this moment in time, you're seeing a lot of people with camera phones raised up high into the air, trying to get some kind of perspective on what's happening here. And would you like to chat to us live on BBC Radio London?
Yes.
What's your name?
Hayley.
Hayley, where have you come from?
Somerset, but we are originally from born in Mayday.
Wow.
So I am pure South London.
Well, what's it like being part of this?
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Oh, the best. The atmosphere is amazing.
Is this your husband?
Yes, Phil.
Phil, what's it like for you to be part? And you've got your son on your arms.
Yes, yeah. He's been lucky. He's got 7 years to wait, but we've waited longer, a lot longer.
How long have you waited, if I may ask?
52 years.
So what did you ever think you'd see the day this happened?
No. We didn't. When we went to the final, we weren't hoping to win, and afterwards we're literally walking around with our friends aimlessly, like, we don't know what to do.
Last 100 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I think you enjoyed the game whatsoever.
I enjoyed the semi-final more.
Yeah.
But yeah, to see this is just magical.
What would it mean when the cup actually comes right past?
It'd be emotional, yeah. You know, it's bad enough when you rewatch some of the stuff during the week and the tears come up again, and it's just like.
Especially as our captain Joel Wall, he's leaving. This is his last, so he'll probably be holding it as well. So it makes it emotional.
A little bit of rain in the air, but people don't seem to mind that.
I've got my hat. I'm prepared.
Thank you both so much. I really hope you enjoy the parade this afternoon.
We're going to Science Park afterwards.
Yeah, we've got the parade, the bit inside after. Yeah.
Thank you both very much indeed. I really appreciate it. Some great excitement here at the top of White Horse Lane, which is very busy now. A few cars being past. But yes, very difficult for anybody to get through here, and fans are spilling out onto the road. The cars are almost literally bumper to bumper here, and fans, well, they're just trying to get a glimpse of their stars while they can. Of course, the moment that bus comes into view, I'm going to try and capture that for you, but at the moment it's proving very tricky. I can tell you this, a very large megaphone is making its way past me. So there's a gentleman who appears to be some kind of official from Crystal Palace. He is shepherding people back into the middle of the road in order to allow the cars to flow on either side, but that is proving tricky at this point. I'm going to guess at this stage that the bus is going to arrive closer to 1 o'clock than the 12:45 scheduled start time.
Thank you thank you so much to Harry Lowe, who I will be speaking to a little bit later on. But in the meantime, I've got two fans patiently waiting. It's Shay here on Radio London. We are just situated across the road from Selhurst Park. We're at the Clifton Arms. Fans, they are really lining up now, and I've got Vimal, is that right? Lovely to meet you, Vimal. How long have you been a Crystal Palace supporter then?
Since I was about 5. I've lived 5 minutes away from the ground. My primary school's 5 minutes away from the ground, so I've been since I was a child, basically.
You're a proper Palace fan,
Yes,
South
completely.
London lad. How does this feel? You've gone on all of the trials, the tribulations, the emotional roller coaster as a Palace fan.
Unbelievable, to be honest. Like, I was there when we almost got relegated and Dougie Freeman scored that goal.
Yes.
And getting promoted every season, then getting relegated every season, and then finally Parish came in. We've been staying up. We've been slowly getting stronger, slowly getting better. We had an amazing team that we knew from the start. If without the actual internationals and the players coming back late and Elise being sold, we would have had a European place just because of our ability and
Yes.
our squad. But we didn't start so well, but we had an amazing squad. We had an amazing manager, European winning manager anyway, so I was optimistic, and I am, words can't describe how happy I am that day.
You're smiling cheek to cheek.
Yes, completely.
Would you say that particular FA Cup final is going to be imprinted in your memory forever, I guess?
Yes, well, first trophy, so it has. I was there for Watford. I remember that. That was amazing. Fans are amazing, the players are great. But this is like a completely different level.
Yeah.
And the best part is, Brighton never got into Europe because of us winning the FA Cup. So that was the cherry on the top of the cake.
Oh, goodness me, that's when you know you're a proper hardcore fan. From those moments of being a young lad to now, and you've been, as you say, just living moments away from the stadium.
Yeah.
Just kind of, what's your earliest memory, would you say, as a Palace fan then?
Remember like Ian Wright and Bright, just like the FA Cup runs, and just having being in school and having all the actual like other fans, even though we're local, supporting Man United and Liverpool and everything else, and I'm just still supporting my local side.
Wow.
Going
Were those hard the times? Because it's true, isn't it? Even if people went to a primary school, kids went to school club, it didn't mean necessarily that they were Palace fans, right?
No, because like we had some of the coaches come to our school and stuff, and they basically gave us sticker books and like a shirt and stuff, and I've been a Palace supporter ever since.
Wow, look at that. It's something that stayed with you, and this is your partner Sonia.
This is my wife, Sonia.
Your wife. Hello, Sonia. So were you a fan of Crystal Palace before meeting Vimal? How did it work for you?
It's Lunu, by the way.
Oh, Lunu.
No, I was not. I was not a football fan, but I've become a football widow, as I call it.
What was it like on that day supporting Vimal, just being a Palace fan for you?
I tell you what, it's been really nice to see Lynn just be ecstatic.
Yes.
Probably more so than when we got married, I would say.
Right.
He's been grinning from ear to ear like a Cheshire cat.
Stop it!
I'm
He's
telling you,
happier than on his wedding day.
For sure.
Oh my goodness! Are you going to forgive him for that? How are you feeling?
He's too sweet to not. I mean, he's like a dopey little dog, so I have to like forgive him for that. But yeah,
And how
lifelong
important?
love, isn't it?
It's one of those things, isn't it? It's football. It's in the blood. I
We
guess.
always joke that Palace comes before me, and I'm about 5th on the rung, so I know where I stand.
Oh, bless you. And here you are, stood hand in hand. How important was it for you to be here today as a Palace
Yeah,
fan?
it's nice to share these moments with Lynn. I'm wearing a Palace shirt.
Yes.
It's gifted to me, so I'm well and truly in there now.
You
I've got my
are.
own personal names for the Palace players that I refer to while we're watching the game together. So they've got a following in me now.
Oh, that is beautiful. I'm going to let you both enjoy your day, and thank you for speaking to me. And congratulations as well. Congratulations, thank you. What a beautiful couple. So lovely speaking to you both. Right, a lot to come in the next hour of the show. Stay with us here on BBC Radio London. We're bringing the celebrations live with the Victory Parade. As you can hear, the array of fans, Crystal Palace fans of the sea of red and blue. Stay with us on Radio London. Time now is just gone past 1 o'clock. Let's get the news headlines with Matt Schofield.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio London,
and on your radio. The sound of London. BBC Radio London. At 101 with the
latest for London, I'm Matthew Schofield. Huge crowds have turned out in South London to cheer on the Crystal Palace team that beat Manchester City last weekend to win the FA Cup.
Palace have never won a major trophy, so the first time for everything, and it feels great. Just amazing, man. I'm happy to be here with my family, friends, and just enjoy.
I'm very emotional, very excited. It's been a long time coming. Been waiting 47 years for this. Amazing to see so many Palace fans coming together, the red and blue everywhere.
I think it's really important that everybody gets the opportunity to come up and show their appreciation for the club and what it means to the community.
Oliver Glasner's side are parading the cup on an open-top bus from the top of White Horse Lane down to Selhurst Park, where the players will lift the trophy in front of their fans. BBC Radio London's Andy Rowley is there.
They've got a stage erected with winners emblazoned all over it, red and blue colours. The eagle motif, of course, as well. There's going to be live music in here, as well as the end of season players awards, and what an amazing season it has been for Crystal Palace. This has been labelled a party on the pitch.
Well, earlier, thousands of Arsenal fans gathered outside the Emirates to watch the side that beat Barcelona in Lisbon on Saturday lift the Women's Champions League trophy for the first time since 2007.
For me, we're working every day with the players and the staff. There's incredible work being done. But every time we step on the pitch and we see you guys, it just makes everything real. And thanks so much. It's been incredible.
That's the Arsenal manager, Renee Slegers. BBC Radio London's Gemma Riley was there.
Thousands of people lining the streets just outside the stadium, and a lot of the players then just speaking about what it meant to them. Leah Williamson getting quite emotional as she spoke to the crowd. So many people cheering. Katie McCabe just getting some chants going about how important this was to the team and the years that they've spent in building this as well. So as they lifted the cup, cannons were set off and everyone was cheering.
In other news, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia is acting with total impunity after its largest aerial bombardment yet. Last night, Moscow launched more than 350 drones, prompting President Trump to claim Vladimir Putin's gone absolutely crazy. Kremlin's called that a moment of emotional overload. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says at least 54 people have been killed in 2 Israeli airstrikes. One hit a school where displaced families were sheltering. Israel says it was being used by Hamas and Islamic Jihad as a command centre. Football, and AFC Wimbledon can win promotion to League One this afternoon with victory over Walsall in the League Two playoff final at Wembley. You can hear it live on BBC Radio London. The Wombles manager Johnny Jackson was part of the coaching team at Charlton when they were promoted to the Championship back in 2020, something they did again yesterday. He says a win for Wimbledon today would potentially be even more special.
The history is there for everyone to see, the story of how AFC was formed on the backdrop of Wimbledon FC and the rich history that we've got with the FA Cup and Wembley and then the 2016 promotion team, so it means a lot for this club to be back at Wembley now that my players, this team, gets an opportunity to write their chapter in what's obviously a rich history between Wimbledon and Wembley.
Good afternoon, I'm Kate Kinsella with London's weather. Largely cloudy this afternoon, some isolated showers, it's breezy and the temperature today reaches around 17 Celsius. Then overnight tonight it stays cloudy, we'll see further outbreaks of rain, but through the early hours they'll start to move away eastwards, becoming clearer by dawn. Minimum temperature, it's a mild night between 11 and 14 Celsius.
For an update anytime, you can ask your smart speaker to play BBC News for London.
James Worley here with the BBC Radio London travel. Well, road closures remain. It's been very busy on surrounding routes, including South Norwood Hill and Selhurst Road. Just to the west or southwest of Croydon, or west of Croydon, really, the A23 Purley Way, that's really slow with lots of bank holiday shopping traffic getting stuck into the roadworks there. So delays, especially northbound at Addington Farm Road, whilst those works continue. The North Circular building up now, northbound approaching the turn for Wembley, and local roads in and around Wembley getting very busy ahead of the League Two playoff final, of course, which kicks off at 3:01 this afternoon. AFC Wimbledon, of course, against Walsall. And just up towards the north now in Barnet, well, in High Barnet to be precise, Hadley Green Road to stay shut because of a fire at a big house earlier this morning, a large house fire, which is still being damped down. The closure point Sydney Chapman Way to the junction of East View. Down to Plumstead, back Piccadilly line and District line suffering severe delays through Acton Town because of a points failure earlier on. And there's no Piccadilly line today, Hammersmith to Cockfosters, because of engineering works. I'm James Worley with the latest BBC London radio traffic and travel.
Johnson playoff final winners on London's radio station. BBC Radio London, the sound of London. Radio London.
London's FA Cup winners, Crystal Palace, the parade, live from Selhurst Park.
Shay Corgarabal here with you throughout the afternoon until 2 o'clock, and what a day it is for Crystal Palace fans, full of jubilation. You can hear the atmosphere, the buzz, really, as we've been saying in the last hour, it's a sea of red and blue, and of course above me in the skies an array of helicopters. At a certain point earlier I was thinking I really would love to have a bird's eye view of what it looks like right now across the stadium. Fans have gathered, of course, to enjoy in the celebrations as the team is set to show off the trophy to fans during the open top bus victory parade